Coochie coochie cacha.
Say.
A punky butt.
We done. Okay. Welcome back to the community, everybody, and thank you all for being part of it. Heather is back to aggravate you. See how that works?
Yes. I thought it's been too long.
It has been. It really has. We're probably going to have her take over the channel. That's the surprise. Ooh, no. Today, we're going to go over the Volkswagen Beetle, what to look for when you're buying one, or if you already have just bought one and you need to go over it. This is a pretty important video, so you know where to look on their weak spots, their strong spots, things of that nature. So what do you think?
I think it's fun.
Okay, let's get on it. Let me ask a question. Do you have your new subscription to VW Trends magazine? Please go down in the description and get yours. They're back in action. They've been back for a little while. What a great magazine that we've had from our youth.
Okay, before you go check the car out, you're going to want a light and a mirror. I don't have one, but you're going to want that for blind areas. And make sure before you get started, you buy a Bentley manual or this one. This thing's been out forever. It's been very useful. So let's start at the front of the car. Has it been hit? Okay, let's open the trunk. Make sure you hit the stupid button to open it. Let's find out.
And Heather's right. A lot of these, for some reason, have taken impact to the front. So when you're going to look at a used one, check these areas here. Now you're going to notice some body work here I've been working on. Check to see if this area is crinkled, like it has been pushed in. This is the telltale sign that it has taken impact from the front end where the bumper brackets are, and you will see crinkling in that area which is pushed in. So that's one of the easiest things to check first.
These 3 bolts and bracket are what holds the bumper in place. Is it rotted out? So you're going to want to check this whole area, but they do make a replacement panel. But do you really feel like doing that? One of the most important parts I'm going to tell you about is the frame head. We better check that out. Normally, when you go look at a car, the gas tank is not going to be out. But for filming purposes, I did remove it. So let's look down in here.
Now, Heather's right. That is a very vital area, and it can be a very expensive fix. So first, when you take a look, now obviously you cannot lift somebody's gas tank out, but you're going to be looking through the inner wells, and you're going to check this area inside of here to see if there's rot. But a very good way of seeing it also. So jack the car up safely. If the owner doesn't allow you, they're hiding something. Have them jack it up and put it on jack stands. Look at the frame head underneath. You can see, well, I screwed up some of the undercoat, but you can see the underneath is nice and solid. That is where the front beam bolts to. So you're going to want to check this frame head very well, especially in this area. See if there's rot under here. That is not a fun job.
Now remember, everything we're telling you is fixable and the parts are readily available. It's just how far do you want to go in restoring your car? While we're in this area, don't forget the Napoleon's hat. It is fixable, but it is not fun. The Napoleon wraps up over the tunnel in this area. So that is something you're really going to want to check. And since I'm being your teacher today, these guide rails hold a lot of moisture. A lot of moisture gets trapped behind these rails and down behind. Therefore, you get a lot of rot and rust underneath.
If my channel is going to need removed and it's tack welded on, you could see the spot welds possibly. This is all going to need pulled off, wire wheeled really good, welded and repaired. Now, I knew about it in advance. However, if you don't and you're not comfortable with this type of work, you're going to have an issue.
So you're going to want to reach your hand up under there and feel if there's any rot or rust. And in this area, you want to check for rot and rust around the windshield. And while the windshield is in, reach up in here and see if you feel anything that's abnormal like rust. And Volkswagen Beetles are very prone to rot in this area. So make sure you check it really well. And here you have your front beam. So check this vital area for rot. Check out a piece of this video from Slade.
Look at the rot. See that? And on the inside, check both sides. This started out as looking like the size of a quarter until I started wire wheeling, cleaning it up.
It depends on, like I said earlier, how far you want to go, repair or replace. So wait, stay at the front end. We have to check brake lines and brake hoses. You have all your brake lines and brake hoses down here. Check through the inner wells. So next, check for steering wheel play, because that's going to tell what the steering box is like. Where's it at? Let me show you. The inspection plate is off. This is where it's located. Sometimes they're adjustable, sometimes they need replaced. So you are going to have to figure out what you need to do there. Is there uneven tire wear? There could be some bad front end parts. Tie rods, ball joints, or is the front end out of alignment? Just make sure to check for uneven tire wear. As you know, most owners purchase these cars and then complain about the rat's nest. Putting a new wiring harness in is not fun. If you're capable of it, that's great. However, check this area to see how bad it is. People do a lot of stupid things. Don't be an idiot. While you still have the car in the air, what about the floor pans? That is a very vital area. Let's slide underneath.
And Heather is right. This is very vital. As you can see, mine are already done. You want to check the underneath of these floor pans very well from front to back. They do make replacements, but they're not cheap like years ago. Also check the tunnel area, the cover to the tunnel underneath. Make sure that's not rotted out, because that's not fun. You will be doing fabricating work. So check the floor pans very well, especially in the battery tray area. That's where they are really prone to rot. They do sell panels. If not, you will be taking the body off to put pans on. It's still not unreasonable depending on what you're paying for the car.
Now, a very vital area is the A and B pillar. Okay, so this is the A pillar, and they're really prone to rot right in this area here. No worries, they do sell the piece, but it is not easy work. Just make sure to feel confident in your welding skills, or if you know a welder that is confident enough to do that. And this is the B pillar. It is also prone to rot there. While I'm sitting on my butt, what am I sitting on? My butt's on the heater channel. These are your heater channels, the main structure to the car. So you want to check these very well. Even underneath, you want to go over them very well. And what I have noticed is that this is my Victoria's Secret towel that was free.
Okay, we're done with this part.
Victoria's Secret.
Okay, we're done.
So obviously the mechanics are not on the door right now. But when you open it, is the door dropping down? Is it the hinge pins? Or is the A pillar rotted out like we discussed earlier? Check it thoroughly, or I'm going to be really mad at you. What are these? Rain gutters. Water lays in this area and rots them out. You really don't want to end up wet, do you? So you're going to want to check these over very well. See them? Before I forget, you Super Beetle folks, I almost missed it. You will not have a front beam. So if you're looking at a Super Beetle, check the struts. And please watch this real quick for the inside.
You want to take the spare tire out, drop it on the ground hard, look around, see if this is rotted out. That's a cover to get down inside. Look around, see if it's rotted out. This one obviously is very solid. Strut areas. Is there any rot around the struts?
That was the strut area. Very vital. Is the one you're looking at have a sunroof? Is it rotted out here? The drain tubes were probably clogged. So you're going to want to check this whole area because water could have been laying there. Now, as you can see, we removed the dash pad. This is a 68. 68 and up came with dash pads for safety reasons. Your laugh here. There is a reason I brought this up. The dash pads for standard Beetles are relatively cheap, but if you have a 73 and up Super Beetle that you're looking at, they no longer make that dashboard. So you will have to refurbish it if it is cracked. I didn't want to leave the Super Beetle guys out. See if the owner will allow you to safely jack the car up and remove the wheel, because you're going to want to check the inner wells inside. Every Beetle ends up rotting there. Please check this little video out.
You are in the rear section under the rear fender. Here is your body mount. Look all around this area here for rot. Tap on it if you can. Even take a magnet with you and stick it around. See if there's a bunch of Bondo built up there.
And also thoroughly check the bumper brackets. Now we're at the rear end. You're going to check these little shelves on the side, because a lot of times they are rotted out. You can see what ours were like when we started this project. So is this a project car or a drivable car that you're looking at? Is the motor already in? By pushing the crank pulley forward and backward, you're looking for 3 to 5 thousandths of end play. If it's more than 5 thousandths, the motor is probably wearing out. Obviously, our motor is not completely together, but look around the engine bay and make sure everything is in order. Is there a lot of oil leaks everywhere? And don't forget to look underneath. Yes, air-cooled Beetles drip oil, but they don't have to. And don't forget to check the fuel lines. Are they dry rotted? These are things you're probably going to have to address regardless. We don't want leaks. That is a fire hazard. Also, while you're under the car, is the transmission leaking really bad? It's fixable, but it's not cheap to pay somebody. So if you feel confident, you can pull the transmission and repair it. And if it's a project car and there's no motor or transaxle in it, check the frame horns like you see here. That can be very aggravating to deal with. Obviously, our lights aren't working. Come on, Slade, we need the car done. Don't forget to check the lighting. And here's a good tip. If you are looking at a car to purchase, have the owner press the pedal and you check the brake lights if you're driving at home. I'm sorry, but not everybody is trustworthy. I just want you to be safe. Check all the lighting, turn signals, headlights, high beams, and don't forget to check the warning lights on the speedometer. Turn the ignition to the on position to make sure they both light up. Okay, I think we're done on my rear end here. Also, if you're driving this home, is the windshield wipers functioning? Now, obviously, if you're looking at a driver, you're going to want to do what? Take it for a test drive. Sometimes these are prone to popping out of reverse. You don't want that. They are rebuildable, but that gives you leverage on price. Also beware, sometimes they pop out of second gear. That is another thing you do not want. While these transmissions are relatively cheap compared to modern cars, you still have more leverage than price decrease. Is the car wandering around the road? Is it shimmying in the front end? Pay attention to everything this car is doing. Don't forget, when you take it for a test drive, to go up to 45 miles an hour. Is it all over the road? Take your time and pay attention. Does it blow? The horn. So make sure that the horn is functioning. I know some of these are cheap fixes, but you have to know what you're getting into. We see people all the time buy them and then they didn't realize because they didn't check them over, and then they're trying to sell them. While the Volkswagen world is a wonderful community, sadly, not everybody is honest when they're selling a car. Do your due diligence. do your due diligence. Just go over the darn car while you're inside. Are the windows winding up and down easily? If not, then you can check the window regulator. We have many videos on the channel like that. And one thing I did forget to tell you is bring a magnet with you to check for excessive body filler. Obviously, the expensive thing is paintwork. We do have videos up on painting them cheaply, but if you have to get it done, you're into a lot of money. We do have a lot of rattle can videos coming up, and Slade has already done a few, so please go back and look for those. If you are looking at something that needs painted, it's not cheap. Yes, I did buy this MIG welder for Slade because he was being cheap and buying junk ones. So this is something you may need when it comes to structural work. Also, what kind of condition are the bumpers in? If you have the old towel rack bumpers like these, and we also know that Slade likes my towels, they can be pricey. If you have the standard bumpers on the 68 and up, they're not quite as bad, but you have to decide how much you want to spend before you buy the car. Now, this is just common sense, but look for seat tears, carpeting, that can get into a lot of money. These cars are not the cheap Beetles they were years ago to work on. I do apologize. There's a lot of junk in here because of Slade. Don't forget to check the luggage area compartment for rot. So obviously when we're filming, we can forget a few things. So what did I forget? Put it in the comments. I was just trying to give you an idea of the vital areas. Did I do okay? Now please be honest. You know what? If you say anything ignorant, I'm going to ignore you anyway. So it don't matter to me.
Yeah.
So did we cover everything?
I think we did.
I can't think of anything else.
No. If there is anything else, and I appreciate Heather helping today, leave it in the comments below because sometimes it can be a little bit tough. But go ahead.
If you're nice, I'll be in more videos. But if you call me out too much, I don't know.
This isn't good. Thank you
No,
for
I
helping.
had fun. This was fun.
I appreciate it. Heather is a big help. She really is. She hasn't been on video in a while. A few people in live chat and in emails have asked where she was.
But we've looked at so many cars and we've purchased so many cars over the years. I know what to look at now.
And we got stung.
We've gotten stung.
No matter how much you know these cars, it can happen because you get excited. You're there. Everything is heated up and you want that car.
Yeah.
So we have got stung in the past. There's no doubt about it. But these are typically very easy to work on. How far
do you want to go?
And that's the thing. Do you want to pull the body off and do the pans? That's your call. But at least we wanted to advise you on what to check, And Heather brought up really vital areas like the heater channel. If you can even open the vent and get a mirror in there in the light, look at the inside of the heater channels. How bad are they? There's so many different areas to look at,
The other thing is we see people buy them, they want to fix them up, and then all of a sudden they feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Don't put yourself on a small time slot if you're going to fix a vintage car up. You need to be able to say, okay, I want to rip this apart and fix it. We see people sell them all the time. They're like, well, I didn't expect this.
Yeah.
Well,
you got to do your research.
They're old cars.
Well, we did a video on how much does it cost to restore a car, and we've done one once a year, 2024, 2025, 2026, even though we're still in that year. Watch those videos. They're in the description below so you can get an idea of the parts cost. Even though it's a Beetle, be careful.
Yeah.
I love these cars. Absolutely love them. Heather does want a Ford Falcon.
I do.
She does. We'll get her one. It won't be on the channel. I don't think I better mix that in. But outside of that, I appreciate all of you being here. Don't forget the live chats on Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And please help support the channel by buying some T-shirts. The link's in the description if you'd like to make a donation, buy a T-shirt, stickers. It really does help keep making these videos. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
That's not a problem.
This was an awkward moment. We'll see you Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. I will try to do it in the garage this week. I give you my
If you
word.
do it in the garage, I'll be here.
I'll do it in the house. Everybody have a great weekend.